Hi viewers. Alright, so I'm officially starting my trip to Indiana finally. Celina's up here. I'm leaving Celina here. I'm on the Celina Coldwater bicycle trail here. This will take me to Coldwater. Then I could take this down to Fort Recovery, and we'll take county roads. So this is it here, dear viewers. I'm on the trip. I am officially back on the road here after a month delay here. Believe it or not, I've been in Celina for a whole month waiting on bike parts, trying to get the bike fixed. Got new wheels for the trailer, new wheels for the bike trailer. And then I had to replace the bottom bracket because that was wore out, the original bottom bracket that came with the bike. And then I changed the cassette and chain, so that was pretty stretched out. So, and put new brake pads in. Got new brake pads, so everything is pretty much set up now. Replaced the grips. The original grips were splitting. Just wore out, just wear and tear. So, and I got my new riding gloves here. Remember, I was riding with those crochet riding gloves, those Planet Bike ones. They're not too good. They don't last very long, maybe a month or two. Those things were literally falling apart. So I got these Lewis Gorel ones that they've been around for a long time, this brand. So I don't know how good the quality is. I can't vouch for it because I never had them. But they had them since the 90s, this brand here, so of course they're made in China, like everything. So I made sure I got the largest size possible, which was extra large, and they're about the size of a large, I would say. Thank God they had some stretch to them. So I'm going to be taking this trail down to Coldwater here. Maybe you might have joined me here a little bit. I'm going to take a little ride through down here. So let's see. I'm on my way to Fort Recovery today. Is the destination for today. Let's see if I can tighten this down, so I don't want this phone flying off here. Let's see if I can see if I can tighten this down. Ah, that's better. That's tighter. It's a little loose, so I'm sure it's not going to fly off or anything. Hit a bump and the phone flies off. So I want to say hi to my wife and my friend Ruben Molden and whoever else is watching. My friend from Arkansas, Earl. Yep, I'm glad he still watches my video. So the bike trip 2.0 is starting right now. 2.0, it continues here. So remember though, a lot of people may not realize this, but I came here to work. I came here to settle down, get a place to live, get a job, settle down, get my own little place. And nothing like that seemed to happen. So that's pretty disappointing for me personally. Heartbreaking. So here I am, no job, no work, just barely surviving here, living in a tent again, heading for the Hoosier National Forest. So maybe you might want to send me some curry money or something, you know, through PayPal. So when I'm on the road, at least I get a good meal. And if the Indian restaurants still have their lunch buffets, that is. Not like in Fort Wayne, they were all just a la carte off the menu. Big disappointment. Oh, it stinks here. It's a water treatment plant. So we're heading south here along US Highway 127, which goes straight down into Greenville, which I was about a month ago. Here I am heading for Fort Recovery today. I'm going to be camping out at the churchyard. Heading to church in the morning, then I'll be, God willing, Indiana tomorrow. Going through Portland, Jay County again. Yeah. So kind of going southwest. Going over Beaver Creek. Beaver Creek. That goes into the Wabash River there, and so that will eventually take you into the world ocean, the Gulf of America, I guess it's called now, the Gulf of America. So, thanks to Mr. Trump. So you can see the fall foliage here on the trees. Pretty nice. So I'm just taking my time. I was trying to time it out so I don't get there too early, but I want to get there late either. You know, I got about a 20-mile ride here to Fort Recovery, which is in the southwest part of Mercer County. So I'll be going through Philothea. There we go. I've rode this trail many times to preach the gospel down in Coldwater outside Holy Trinity Catholic Church there. Yeah, so it's pretty disappointing though not getting a job up here, which I had my heart set on. My brother said he would come if I had a job and had a place to live. My brother would come down to visit me sometime, drive down, but nothing like that happened. So pretty disappointing. Yeah. Thank you. Nothing. You can see fall, October, the 25th day of October here. We got about 6 more days of the month left. So I spent a whole month in Celina waiting on bike parts, fixing the bike up, buying bike parts. So thank God I had a little bit of money left to do that. I spent pretty much all my money. I think I'm down to like $31 in my bank account right now. My brother sent me like $12. So thank you for that. So just traveling by faith, trusting in the Lord to provide. There we go. Just going slow back into the swing of things here. Hi. So this is about 4.5 mile bike path which connects Celina, Ohio to Coldwater. Then I would take county roads. Yes, that's what they are, county roads. Because I ain't going down 29 like I did the last time when I went to Port. That was an awful, terrible ride. So I could take this way, go through Fort Recovery, and get on 118, State Highway 118, and a couple miles down the road, I'll be back in the state of Ohio, and the road turns to Indiana State Route 26. So it's kind of cloudy out here. The sun's trying to peep out right now. Took my last bath and shave in Celina yesterday. I'll be closing up those bathrooms soon at the park. So, in my woods I was staying in, my little stealthy woods, was starting to open up because the leaves are dropping fast. Well, I want people to know I try to find work here in this area, Coldwater, Celina. But they prefer to hire illegal aliens, especially the Cooper Farms. That's what they're interested in, hiring illegals over American citizens. So that's the problem I face. I guess you call that discrimination. I was discriminated against by Cooper Farms. Yeah. So it's a nice little trail. I camp out here down towards Coldwater sometimes. But not tonight. Tonight's gonna be camping down in Fort Recovery outside the church I'm gonna be attending. And they always know I camped. I told them I camped outside their church the last time I was down there, and they were okay with it. Yeah. I plan on attending tomorrow, have some coffee, a little fellowship, let's go to the Sunday school, which is fun. Get back on track with my Bible reading. I mean, that's very important, I feel. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna pause it here. All right, there, viewers. I just passed the 3-mile mark here. So we start getting Coldwater here into view. Coldwater, the northern edge of Coldwater, starting to come into view. So we're gonna be hitting Fleetwood Road here on the Celina Coldwater bicycle path. So we're going to keep this camera going here, this beautiful bean footage here. So let's see what we can do here, huh? Okay. Beautiful bean footage. Yeah. I just passed the 3-mile mark, so that's a good thing. She got more tissue when I was at the library. I didn't. I forgot. So the bike's going good here. It's just heavy, so I gotta get used to my cycling legs back in shape here. I can see the water tower. One of the water towers in Coldwater here. But wait. Got a car coming. Truck. No moving vehicles here. So we're getting closer. Take it in steps. I think I make today's trip kind of short to get back in shape here. My legs back in shape. I haven't rode a bike long distance for a month. So get back in condition here. Pulling this heavy trailer. Wish it wasn't so heavy here. Just keep going here. But I will get stronger. It always happens. I get stronger. So the free hub feel sounds good though. It makes that nice loud ratcheting sound. The other one was starting to wear out. You know, it could have been fixed, taken apart, overhauled. So we hit 3.25 mile mark. So, but you know, I just didn't have the time or the place to do it. There's nothing I could do. If I took it to a bike shop to get it serviced, it would cost me the same price as a new wheel when it comes to the labor cost. So I was just better off just getting another wheel. So I found one, a master wheel. So just has the master wheel hub. Now if I didn't see that, but they had one that had a Shimano hub on there that was like for about $5 more than what I paid for this wheel. It had a Shimano hub. This here's just a master wheel hub on it. But now I know how to fix them though. I buy the tool when if I do end up getting a place, settle down for a little bit, I might buy some bike tools, a bike stand. Then I could work on this stuff. That's what I want to do. These people with their electric bikes, they're not really bike riders, they're cheating. This is solely human power. Got passed by some guy on an electric bike. Yeah. That's actually technically a motorized vehicle. We got an electric motor in here powering that thing, so it shouldn't really be on bike trails. There's no motorized vehicles. So people just don't like to pedal, though. Like me, I'm solely pedal power. See, we're going to pass over my woods here. I just been camping my little stealth woods here off of the bike trail. It's so hard to get the bike in, especially the trailer. I should say the trailer is hard to get into. If I have to detach the trailer from the bike and literally just force it in, it's not fun. But if it was just the bike itself with some panniers, it would be a lot easier, I feel. A lot of bike packers just use panniers, bike racks. Of course, I got a lot of clothes. A month worth, plus maybe 2 months of clothes with my trailer here, so clothes add up to weight. Dropped some of the books off, donated them to the library book sale. I didn't want to, but since I didn't get a place here, my goal is to get a place, have a job, have a little place, little apartment, little room above a storefront, and have my own little library going. But that didn't work out. So, with that being said, I donate some of the books to lighten the load up a little bit. It's like the clothes are real heavy I got. Really packed up with clothes, yeah. And other things. My sleeping bag's pretty heavy too, the Wiggy's bag. It makes good bags, but they're not lightweight. Don't take them backpacking, they would never fit in your pack. Too big, too bulky. Okay, so we're getting by that woods, I think. We're getting by this water treatment plant here. The woods is across from it. Yeah, 375. So I'm getting into that woods now. It's coming to my left. So, I guess we're gonna see. See how many leaves are still on the trees here. So to my left. Oh, I can't do that. That's hard to get the bike in there. Yep, right there I would go. Okay, I'll let this person pass. Yeah. So this was where I was camping at. There's mile marker 75. So I get the bike in here. So there's quite a few leaves on these trees here. But I forgot how I exactly So you can see here. But I think it was right what this mile marker is. There's like a barbed wire fence here. But yeah, I think it was up here slightly here. It's kind of flat. Yeah. So this is where I was camping at back in here sometime occasionally. I'll get in these woods here. I think it was right in somewhere in this section here. So still a lot of trees here. We got their leaves on here, even though they're changing color. But you can see it's right across from a water treatment plant. So, of course, I think it's all private property here. So I was taking a big chance here. Let's see. Big chance. Yeah. Getting in here. Yeah. It's back in there. I remember where my tent was. But I don't have to do that no more as I'm leaving the area and for the southern Indiana now. So let's see if I could keep okay. So we'll keep going here. So you can kind of see where I was at. Doesn't matter now as I'm leaving, so I would occasionally spend the nights in these woods here when I had to. So it was very hard to get the trailer in, especially the trailer. The hardest thing in the world. Trying to get that trailer in that woods here. I can't even find the spot where I want to go into. I think over here past it. So we're heading into Coldwater, looks like. This is where I was originally going to, try to move into, get a job, but that didn't work out. So, unfortunately, looking for any kind of no trespassing sign on these trees. I haven't seen any. One yet. They're building houses up through here. I guess you see the northeast side of Coldwater here. There's a housing shortage here. So I did my best. That's all I can say. I can only do what I can do, which is all I could do. I tried to get a job here. I came here with honest intentions. I came here to get my own place, get a job, settle down, but nothing seemed to fall through for me here. So it's pretty, for me, heartbreaking, disappointing, but it is what it is. So these houses are coming along here, along the trail here. So of course, I can never afford them. The price of houses here in the United States is beyond, honestly, it's beyond anyone's real reach. You're mortgaging their life away to get one of these houses. They never really own them. It takes years to pay off, like 30-something years. It's part of your life just to pay off a house. Coming in cold water here. Alright. Coldwater, Ohio, are we? This industrial park area. Well, maybe in Indiana something will turn out for me. I'd like to go back to the way, if we could just get along, not argue about money, just continually fight over money. That was the real problem I seem to have with her. It's not that I don't love her or care about her, but there's always that argument about money. Endless arguments. Alright, coming up to the end of the bike trail here. Lion Street. So here we are, Coldwater, Ohio. I drove in about 1/8 of a mile. Lion Street just up ahead. Well, eat forever. Even this popcorn place I couldn't get a job at, that's going to be to my left. Where they make like popcorn snacks. Right to my left. You see it. Yeah. They wouldn't even give me a job here. And they're always looking for people too. So I pretty much gave up the dream about living in Celina or Coldwater. I gave up. I had high hopes, I guess, but nothing materialized in that regard. So the popcorn place is right to my left here, these buildings. So you can see it here. This blue building. Nothing. No job. No work. Start making some money again, paying taxes. That's what people want, taxes. Being a tax-paying citizen, productive citizen. That's what I wanted to be. But nothing seemed to work out for me. So I gave up. Just gave up hope in this area at least. So we're ending the trail here. It looks like we're in that Coldwater here. And bicycle route. Okay. That's it here. Welcome to Coldwater, Lion Street. The end of the trail here. So that's it. We'll cut this camera off here. Thank you for watching again here, viewers. Here we are, Coldwater, Ohio. Here's the old Holy Trinity Catholic Church I preach outside of. I guess that's their main parking lot here. Where they park here for their masses. Must be their parochial school here. So here's the water tower here in Coldwater, Ohio. And time-wise, it's going on 3 o'clock here, so I think I'm making good timing here. So we're going to keep this going here until I get out of Coldwater here. So we're going to put this here. There we go. This is it. This is like downtown Coldwater though. part of the village or town, whatever it is. That's supposed to be a village or something. Here's State Highway 219. Like people's coming out to Catholic Church here, huh? Must be a wedding or something. Wedding, yeah. Rice bowl. Not no food. There's that place I wanted to live in right ahead to the right there. About that floral shop. Maybe it's a funeral. So there's that. Now if I take 118 all the way south here, I would end up back in Greenville, Ohio. But we're going to take this 219 here west, and that will go down some of these back highways. County Road. We're going to go to Philothea this time. This is downtown Coldwater. 49 degrees, so you can hit 50 today, I don't think. So we're in the 40s now, daytime high. But we might get some mild days still. As I head south a little bit, Indiana might warm up slightly. My brother says go south. That's what he says. Go south. Alright, so library here. Yeah. Library's to my left. I'll show you real quick here. The Coldwater Library. Let's just take a quick peek here since I'm passing it. Doesn't really matter. I'm passing the place up. So this is the Coldwater Library here. So I'm going to go west here. The edge of town, I make a left, go south towards Philothea to Philothea Road. So, yeah. So we're going to keep going here. So I guess this is Butler Township. Butler, huh? Right. So there we are. Going into the west side of Coldwater. Someone lives here. They got a Philippine flag they fly like yourself. Philippines, probably from the Philippines. Married to Americano. Americano. I gotta tighten this thing up here quick here. Think if I can loose or something. Loose. There we go. This phone holder keeps dropping. A little bump in the road. So, here we are. Next time I'll be going to Philothea, right past Cooper Farm. I I could show you that place, but they refuse to hire Americans. They prefer to hire those illegals. If I can find that person with the Filipino flag. Let's see. Haven't seen it yet. Cold water. No. I'll find out here. Yeah. Cold water here, the gas station. Then I'll take the road to the left there. Taking down by towards Philadelphia. Yeah, I think they took their Filipino flag down, whoever. Those in the cluster houses I just passed. So, their Philippine flag down. Maybe you got some complaints. Why aren't you flying American flag? That's good. Point, I guess, would be America. It's like someone flying that Mexican flag. Because I was spiked. So what I'm going to do, take this next road to the south. Make a right on Philadelphia Road, take that little way to Wabash Road, take that south into Fort Recovery there. So it should be there hopefully about 5. A little early, so it's okay. Okay, so gas station on the end of the, it's going to be the next major road to my left. Major intersection. Well, we got to see some of my trip here. At this time I'm finally leaving. Finally on the highway. Finally. The Dollar General. Is that a temporary service or a bank? I think a bank. Credit union. So this next road coming up, I'm going to make a left. And then it's kind of will take me south to Philadelphia Road. Let's see. So that's called Burkittville St. Henry Road, yeah. Right up here, where that car is turning up ahead. Yep. See, I'm glad I didn't take 29 out like I did last time. That was the worst road ever. A lot of heavy truck traffic. Those rumple things. That was awful. The worst road ever. There we go. I'm gonna make a left up here, it looks like. Goodbye, Coldwater. Bye-bye. Here it is. Yep. So my Celina Coldwater idea didn't quite pan out, unfortunately, but maybe something down the road will work out for me. When I get into Indiana, I might get some better opportunity. There we go. That's my next road here. All right, so this would take me all the way to the county line here, this county road here, if I chose to go down to Greenville, which I'm not going to. If I did, I'm just saying, this would be the back road that way to get down here. This would take me to Burkittsville, which is right on the county line, straddles both counties. Planning on going down that way. So this is it here. All right. Thank you for watching again. So here we are, Philothea Road, County Road 70 here. So we're gonna go west here now. So let's check it out here. See what my progress is here. So we're making some distance. You know, I haven't, like I said, I haven't rode a bike for a month here. But it looks like it's going here. Going. There we go. County Road 70, actually. Philothea Road. We're entering the little place called Philothea. This is what that egg farm's located too. I was hoping to get a job there, but like I said, they prefer to hire illegals. So there's a little village of Philothea. Their excuse was, oh, if I lived in Coldwater, how would I get to work? It's only like 3.5 miles from Coldwater, Philothea. If I actually was working there, I could afford got a storage in it. Put my stuff in there and stored my heavy stuff. My trailer would have been a lot lighter. I would have had no problem getting to work. But that was their excuse. Of course, they just want to hire illegals. That's all it's about. Illegals. Give them illegals jobs, not American citizens. So I take this all the way to west. We'll hit Wabash Road, and I make a left to go south. That will take me into Fort Recovery. So that's where I'm going to be spending the night. Camping out Fort Recovery at the church. And attending church in the morning. Sunday school, the whole shebang, as they say. Sure, there's a lot of traffic out here, though, for being these county roads. Very annoying cars behind you want to speed past you. One thing I don't like, bad drivers. Well, here we are. Here's that St. Mary's Catholic Church. Passing out the egg farms right next to it. I show you that evil egg farm. Yep, I could have worked there. Could have been making $18 an hour. But they refused to hire me because I'm an American citizen. They want to hire illegals. So, Catholic Church here. See, this one's been too far from the Coldwater. Especially if the trailer was like emptied out. Been light, I could have got down here easy. St. Mary Catholic Church. Their shrine, their idol. There's the egg farm right there. See that building to the right? There it is. They didn't want to hire me. No Americans. Let's not hire Americans. They don't want to hire American citizens. Nope. No, don't want to. This is the egg farm here. Let's hire illegals. Shame on them for being treasonous like this and breaking the immigration laws too. Federal immigration laws. This is the place where they won't hire Americans. Super farms. Why hire Americans to pull off roadies? Let's not hire American citizens here. Nope. Let's not. Here they are. This is the place that will hire illegals, but not American citizens here. This is it here, viewers. There it is, Central Egg Processing. This is what I've been working. I could have been here since July here working, but they refuse to hire me. They want to hire illegals, not Americans. Remember that. This place here. I should raid this place here. I should be coming in here raiding this Central Egg Processing plant here. Cooper Farms.